Yo, what is going on, guys? Today we're gonna be breaking down a 10 pug Dawnbreaker, and we're gonna analyze what we can do to be better, things that we're looking out for as like a red paladin and other stuff like that. So the start of this dungeon was 100% solid. Um, Everybody knew what was going on. The opening pull here was very well done. But then things started to get personally kind of dicey. We're looking at like a lot of damage going off, and we're just looking towards like just making sure the shadows are getting kicked and other stuff like that. So at the very beginning, I've noticed that like a lot of these health bars were just starting to get deleted. So it's telling me like the healer is having a hard time um, just healing this. So like you could tell earlier that I blood sacked DK because I just wanted to make sure that he has free DR just going into the dungeon and making this opening pack pretty solid. So now that like we're moving on to the next pack. So now we're starting like the next pack, and like I'm saying, I'm looking for just looking for health bars and just making sure we're doing really good damage here. The spread of this was not necessarily that good, and it started freaking me out. So I had to like lay on hands the healer right there, and I'm like starting to kind of getting a little stressed on just the amount of stuff that's going on. So now that like we're just in this particular situation, I mean, it went pretty well. It wasn't too bad. So I thought, we're going in doing pretty good. So on this next pack, um, it was going pretty solid. Like I said, we're still looking for health bars and trying to look for off healing situations and trying to just make sure that we're doing really good damage moving forward. And running out our mechanics. But with like bursting cocoon, we want to make sure that we're pumping a defensive on this. It's not good not to run it like that. Um, yeah, I'm sorry for the quality being completely ass, and it is what it is. So, um, next pack, same thing. Just look for health bars, and we're just trying to maintain as much damage as physically possible. So now we're going ahead. We're starting the boss, and the boss is this particular boss is very simple. It's just dodge lines and um, just just keep yourself in a nice rhythm of just dodging lines, moving the big balls away from everybody, and just things like that. Um, when you're doing this boss, it's just make sure that you're staying calm and you're understanding um, just what's going on around you. It's important to just keep that cool and just focus on your rotation and just remember the dodging stuff. Like right here, um, it's kind of a dicey area where he's pulling this particular pack, and it's I mean, it was a little dicey, but the other ones disappeared, so I was very thankful for that. Like we're getting on the mount, do the mount stuff. Just we're not we're not overplaying this. We're just doing the right thing. And right here, things started getting a little dicey. Health bars were kind of low, so like I started focusing on what kind of healing I'm looking for, like healing myself. With the Templar build that I'm running with crit wings, so that allows me to kind of crit off heal like very well, but still maintaining like really good damage. So like just the same thing, quantum beam. But right here is where things get a little dicey. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, right here I lay on hands I lay on can hurricane. Just he probably in a bad situation. He probably ran out of defensives. I didn't want to risk losing that guy just over just me just not caring about his health. So like for the rest of this fight right here, I just bubbled. I just out of position, and I'm actually glad I bubbled because that was a nice B-res on the healer, even though it was completely unnecessary. That's on me. But like my reaction is healer die, healer get B-res. So that's how I'm viewing it. The start of this was pretty interesting. What I find so right here I find it pretty interesting that they just spawn right there. Um, I know that I ran this dungeon a couple times, and I really like the mechanic of it spawning. Like, so right here, we're looking for just dodging frontals, baiting them away from your teammates, and just always looking for off-healing situations. We're not really looking for just overstepping ourselves here. We're trying to stay focused because we know the healer is having issues healing everybody. But like, I really want to make sure that none of the balls, mastery buffs go to these guys because it is putting a lot more stress on me to perform the damage. And we don't really want to be in that situation where our mental is more at healing than damage. Yes, it's important to heal, but it is also important to do as much damage as you fucking can to time these things. So this is not too bad. We're baiting out the shadows and just kicking the beams and everything's solid going into this particular pack. Um, Now for the next pack, things got a little dicey here. We're still focusing on baiting shadows out and just looking for off healing situations. My mental in this particular part started to fade a little bit because I just was kind of worried that we're having issues just doing stuff. Baiting out the shadows is important and everything like that. Um, so like we just stay focused on just baiting them out. Not a super big deal. Probably should have recorded this on Shadowplay because it was better on Shadowplay, but it is what it is. Um, the next video we do will be recorded better. So everything went kind of smooth. So we're gonna go ahead and the lieutenant wasn't too bad. You see how he's taking him in the corner, and we just want to make sure that um, we're not in a position. We're just not in a position where it will get us and our teams killed. I really like how his tank tanked it here. It was very good. The balls aren't next to him, and this particular thing went pretty well. So moving on outside, we're still baiting out the shadows and everything like that. So this part went pretty well as well. Going to the next one. The damage here got a little. Hold on, let me record it back just a little bit. So here, we're baiting out frontals, and the damage here was doing pretty good. I'm trying to mid-max right here, getting really good, shake the heavens, but right here is where Keneal is just eating a lot of damage, and I'm like more focused on keeping Keneal up in a sense. I think right here, I dropped the lay on hands on somebody. I think it was Hurricane. I think this is where I just saved Hurricane's life. No, that was later in. But like I said, we're focusing on health bars and we're doing pretty good. So this particular part went fine. Keneal is still taking a lot of damage, and I'm just trying really hard to make sure that I'm keeping my teammates up as much as I can. So that one went well. Going over to the third guy here, it's all about kind of baiting out. We're like here, we're baiting out the orbs or getting positioned to baiting them out. We're waiting for him to pull the next lieutenant over here. So we're just focusing on good damage and just bringing it together. Still looking out for health bars. I'm a little paranoid. But so the interesting thing about this is with Black Edge, you want to pull away from the orb. So you can see how the shaman is sometimes jumping in there. So when you're doing the orb, that was a really good life cocoon. When you're doing the orbs, you want to focus on kind of staying back a little bit when DBM is saying dark orb on your screen. See how he's casting dark orb? So like when we're casting dark orb, you want to back up. See how the shaman's just sitting in it? So you want to back up, let that come down the street, and then focus on your rotation, just doing maximum damage. So this particular area went pretty well. I was happy with the performance and what was going on. We had a couple deaths, but I mean, it is what it is. It's a 10, so this is where the tank kind of overpulled it. No, that's not where the tank overpulled. So like right here, we did pretty good. So I'm happy with what was going on right here as well. So we're going on to the next area. Um, so now we're doing the boss. So this particular boss is all about just rhythmic damage. So you see how he's pumping the orb. You want to put that down the street. He does like the same three tricks. Does AoE, does the orb, he summons spiders, and just really breaking down um, breaking down the amount of stuff. That particular AoE does a lot of damage. And as a ret paladin, since we're running dual defensives, we're just gonna be cycling our defensives through that damage. We don't want to be in a position where we're not running our defensives and just putting a lot more stress on our healers. So we just like, it's the same three step, doing the orb, doing the slam, shadowing decay, which is the AoE, and we cycled out divine protection, and we're looking for healing opportunities. I didn't really see too many of them. I probably did one or two particular, but we're still doing the same old three step and all that stuff. So this particular boss is it went pretty well. So we got him slayed. Right here we got him slayed. This is where the tank kind of messed up. So he's pulling like a 0.2%. So his route wasn't I would consider efficient. I don't know the exact route, but this is where we started just taking a lot of damage, and I'm not particularly sure what was causing us to take a lot of damage, but it was ridiculous amount of damage. So it was a ridiculous amount of damage. So now we're moving forward to getting started on this ad guy over here. So what is important about him is he does a lot of damage from the rip. So like he's going to be doing a lot of focusing damage. So we want to cycle our defensives here and really like be mindful about what is going on with the healing. Particularly eruption beam. So like I missed an opportunity here. I should have done this. I should have sacked. I should have blessing of sacrifice the homie over here. What is his name? The Drakthir. Yeah, I should have done the Yukio. I know he's taking a lot of damage. I didn't really think about it at the time, but like in hindsight, we want to try to use our utility as best as we can, especially because I have defensives that I can eat more sack damage, and I could spec into sack doing less to me. So this went pretty well. And then now we're at the boss. This particular boss is really about just doing the same old crap. Dodge the frontals. You see how we got the poison. We run the poison to the corner. As a human, what's interesting is you can actually racial out of that. I have done that in the raid itself, which is really cool. So like free damage here. I tried to actually cleanse him. I thought it was a poison. This is where Hurricane's taking a lot of damage. I lay on hands him because I was a little afraid that he was going to just eat. He was just going to die here. So trying really hard to just keep our friends up and everything like that. Particularly that's what happened here. This is a very interesting thing. I didn't grab the stuff, and I died right at the light. I died right at the light. I thought it was funny. This sucked. They raced the B-res on me, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
Oh man.
So interesting thing. Now we're at this part on the final of this key. This is still 4 minutes. We're still in timing range, which is good. So when we're looking at this particular thing as a paladin, you could just drop the webs like right there off the platform, and it would help just the people in general just stay away from it unless they also jump down. But as like you're saying, as a paladin, we just have freedom and all that stuff, so it doesn't really affect us, which is perfectly fine. This boss went down pretty well, and overall, it was a what you call a fantastic key. Yeah, that's my kind of walkthrough of breaking down just kind of like what happened in the key, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.